Benjamin is about to confess to Anna, the campus goddess he has secretly loved for years, but he wakes up to find himself inside an unfamiliar luxury mansion. The woman who once haunted his every thought coldly hands him a divorce agreement. Benjamin turns to the calendar on the wall and completely breaks down. He has leapt straight from age 20 to a brutal 7 years later, seeing the fear in Anna's eyes and the shocking scars on her body. He finally realizes something is terribly wrong. Although he has become a tycoon, he seems to have committed unforgivable sins. He tries to contact his friends to confirm what happened, but discovers in despair that every former friend has blocked him. The realization sends him plunging into icy terror. What kind of monstrous things did his future self do to end up utterly abandoned? As he stands lost and shaken, a trembling housekeeper brings him breakfast. It is smoked pork buns, High's favorite food, even with their marriage frozen solid. Anna has never forgotten his tastes. This love hidden in the smallest details pierces his heart. He cannot believe he could ever betray such a wife. Determined to uncover the truth, he borrows a phone and uses a secret code known only to the two of them. At last he reaches the friend he had long fallen out with. Faced with his brother's questioning, Benjamin reveals the truth of his time jump. He admits he is Benjamin from 7 years ago, the 20-year-old version. His friend lays bare the cruel truth of the past 7 years. 3 years ago, a woman named Linda appeared. The future Benjamin became completely obsessed with her. As if under a spell, he betrayed his family, and while Anna was pregnant with their second child, he openly carried on an affair with Linda. But what followed was even more horrifying. To force a divorce, and to give Linda a proper status, he drugged Anna and sent her to the operating table for a forced abortion. The fetus was already 7 months along, a baby boy. The surgery caused massive hemorrhaging and nearly killed Anna. After waking up in the ICU, she used all her connections to suppress every criminal charge against Benjamin. She never once mentioned divorce and endured everything in silence. Hearing all this, Benjamin feels his soul being torn apart. That future version of himself was not human, but a devil. At the same time, Linda is swaggering through Anna's company, asserting her dominance. She demands a piece of land worth billions and threatens the safety of Benjamin's daughter. She is certain Benjamin will do anything for her. In front of everyone, she calls Benjamin and orders him to arrive within 10 minutes. She demands he convene the board and transfer the land for free. She wants to humiliate Anna publicly. The entire company is thrown into panic. Everyone knows Benjamin obeys Linda without question, and the board veterans recognize only him. The land that holds the company's lifeline seems destined to fall into outsider hands. Anna looks ashen, knowing this is yet another humiliation she cannot resist. However, when Benjamin enters the conference room with his friend, Linda rushes forward crying and plays the victim. Everyone assumes he will tolerate the humiliation, just as he has for the past 3 years. But Benjamin knows something has changed. A switch inside him has been triggered. A storm is about to erupt. Drunk on favoritism, Linda demands the position of CEO of Tiansheng Group as compensation. Listening to her noise, Benjamin looks at the humiliation buried deep in his wife's eyes. The madness of the past 3 years explodes into resolve. He begins to settle accounts, dissecting Linda's incompetence with surgical precision. He points out that every project she handled lost money, that she could ruin even a guaranteed profit deal, proving she is utterly unfit to run the group. The shareholders immediately shift their stance and whisper among themselves. Linda threatens to leave, believing Benjamin will kneel and beg her to stay, but Benjamin merely watches her coldly and tells her to get out faster. In the calmest voice, he declares the end of their relationship. Linda stands frozen outside, unable to understand why her tactics suddenly fail. But it is not over. Linda's father, Jack, arrives, along with her childhood sweetheart, Tom. They form a greedy alliance, attempting one last extortion of Benjamin. They believe Benjamin will surrender to win Linda back, but they miscalculate. Benjamin's patience is exhausted. When Tom tries to attack, Benjamin strikes first, flooring him with a single punch. He announces publicly that everything Linda's family took from him will be returned with interest. From this day forward, he and Linda are completely finished. His only wife is Anna, yet this satisfying revenge brings no warmth from his wife. There is no gratitude in Anna's eyes, only deeper coldness and vigilance. She believes it is merely a performance, and that his true goal remains the eastern suburb land. She turns and leaves, leaving behind a resolute figure. Benjamin's world, which he has just tried to set right, begins to collapse again. His friend tells him a devastating truth, that his daughter Man-Man has developed mutism. Doctors diagnose the cause, a severe psychological trauma. Sealed memory floods Benjamin's mind. He sees himself screaming at his young daughter, calling her a burden, an obstacle to his divorce. He finally understands that his past cruelty shattered not only his wife's heart, but destroyed his daughter's world. He believed himself the master of the family, but in truth, he was the sole architect of this tragedy. Benjamin returns to the cold house. At the dinner table, his wife is distant, and his daughter is afraid. He feels like an intruder, shut out from family bonds. He clumsily apologizes, but is misunderstood again. Anna believes he is still scheming, and rebuilding trust is far harder than he imagined. Late at night, Man-Man gets out of bed and falls, cutting her hand. Benjamin rushes over as she shrinks back in terror. He suppresses the pain in his chest and treats her wound with the gentlest movement. He notices her bed is too high, so he silently places a giant teddy bear beside it, as a makeshift step. He cannot heal trauma with words, and can only begin atonement through clumsy actions. Only one thought fills his mind. He will reclaim everything that belongs to him, not just wealth and dignity, but the family he himself shattered.